Ludwig has always been a spineless person. Ludwig is not controversial. Ludwig likes to protect his friends. And as somebody that has had flack with the Hasanabi group, the people that ride him into the sunset, they love him so deeply. They ride for him is what I'm saying. YouTube, don't take that out of context. They want him to be the greatest streamer of all time simply by virtue that he is attractive and that he is morally correct in some senses. But the same guy who laughed at cops being slaughtered, which is the loss of a human life, is very detrimental, and I think that's messed up. Now, I have expressed my issues with Hasanabi in a PowerPoint in the video I made here. The reason I made this specific video is because of another video I made where I said Hasanabi should not be famous. And I said that with full confidence in my ability to have my own opinion, and 100% I don't disagree with this take completely as stated in the video I showed initially. I am saying that Hasanabi is somebody that sparks a lot of controversy. He is somebody that says a lot of things. He is somebody that can be taken out of context, and if you watch him strictly through clips, you would get the wrong impression of what he truly represents. He's an okay person. He's evil a lot of the time. He's very heartless towards people that disagree with him, and he encounters a lot of people that want to get a rise or reaction out of him, and he responds to that in kind by pointing out those comments a lot of the time, and he does a lot of nonsense with that ways. He is a big reason why Twitch is going through what people are calling an apocalypse, but it's not really an apocalypse. It's just a course correction done by Twitch to separate the political streamers from everybody else. Everybody that's regularly playing video games on Twitch and just having a good time isn't really affected by the apocalypse. Only the people that are making controversial content are truly affected by the apocalypse. Now, why am I bringing up Hasanabi? Because Ludwig cut out a specific clip about Hasanabi that was criticizing Hasanabi in some small way. Now, when you make content online, you are free to edit and do anything you want with it. I refuse to edit anything I ever post besides putting a few captions down here below. I refuse to edit out what I say are my mess ups because they are me. They are a part of me. They make me more than what I am. They help me out and let you know that I'm actually doing this all in one take with no script. You guys are hearing my raw thoughts. If I mess up, if I say a wrong take, if I say something that is not politically correct, then guess what? You're going to see it and you're going to see me mess up. But because I'm an entertainer, I do that challenge hyperimposed upon myself because I feel like it's way more entertaining than having some pre-primed script. Ludwig, however, is white bread. He's not a bread tuber, as the people I despise the most. I do not like bread tubers. I'm talking about you, Noah Samson. I have no issue with Noah Samson, truly. I like what he does. I think he's funny. I just have some issues with bread tubers in totality, and Noah Samson is the only bread tuber I can think of at the current moment. But let's say you're in a specific camp online. Let's say you're watching Demian TV. And Demian TV is right-wing. He grips a lot. If you watch Andy Pants Gaming, if you watch people like that in that capacity, those people, those Synthetic Man, those are deep right-wing grifters. If you watch Grums, deep right-wing grifter. If you watch people on the left that are super on the left, they don't see anything different. I can't think of any truly left-wing people. I really can't. I only think about the right-wing grifters because they're stuck in my mind right now. But if you watch people on the left, you're used to that. I guess you can consider Moist Critical to be somebody that's kind of on the left, but more so Moist Critical takes a middle stance. Ackman takes more so middle stances on a lot of things. I like to see both sides. Ackman is more closely seen to the right, but he does take a lot of middle stance points and try to see both sides, because he's not that much of a grifter, so people don't consider him that. Critical drinker or the critical thinker, whatever he is, he himself is a grifter on the right. He says a lot of wokeness and anti-woke stuff. If you're on that camp, you're used to having a side. Ludwig has not taken a side. And because Ludwig wants to make commentary and doesn't want to upset both sides, he often comes at the scrutiny of trying his best to please both sides. Now, I have been called that same exact thing, and I understand. I really do. But I want you to know where my stances lie. I just want to understand people. That's it. Ludwig, however, does not want to understand people. If he wanted to understand people, he would include the Hasanabi clip. He would put in the Hasanabi clip deeply. And the Hasanabi fan base is annoying. If you like Hasanabi and you really like Hasanabi, you are annoying. I want to tell you that right now. You are one of the most annoying people I've ever encountered. Because after I made that Hasanabi video that I showed earlier, people were very angry with me. They hate message me a lot, and usually I get a lot of hate messages every day. I wake up to about at least 50. I think 50 is like my average. And I got 700 off that video. I didn't even get 700 comments. You guys are just really mean and weird about it. It was so strange. Going to my Instagram, commenting on my TikToks. It was really weird. And on TikTok, I have 400K. And on Instagram, I have 200K. I just have followings in other places besides YouTube. So that makes me a target for a lot of hate, which is fair, understandable. I grasp it. I'm not trying to say that, oh, I don't deserve the hate. You post something online, you're going to get hate. That's realistic. But the Hasanabe group, those people, I don't want to poke that bear anymore because you guys are really annoying. You guys are just annoying, like the most annoying people I've ever dealt with in all of my days. Ludwig probably doesn't want to deal with those people either at all. I can grasp that because they're psychotic and will do unspeakable and disgusting things. But also there's the fact that Hasanabe is his friend and he doesn't want to get kicked out of that community. He doesn't want to get kicked out of that group. I remember Minx. You guys remember Just the Minx? I do. Just the Minx got kicked out of that group. She's no longer a part of that. And streamer groups are very close knit. If you mess with one of them, then they will kick you out of that group indefinitely. That destroys collabs, that destroys money, that destroys marketing. And when you're a streamer, you can't be friends with regular people a lot of the time because who knows if they're a fan? Who knows if they're going to use you for something? So it's more often than not that you want to be friends with people at the top. Ludwig is getting a lot of hate right now. Ethan Klein made a video calling Ludwig anti-Semitic for some odd reason. I'm not really sure what Ethan's doing anymore. I don't know. The H3 podcast has never been one of my cup of teas. I just think Ethan is going psycho mode and sicko mode mentally. He might even see this video and see that somebody clipped it out of context, and that might actually mess him up and mentally make him deranged a little bit. It might make a video criticizing me for 2 seconds. And it's like, who is this guy? Look at his hair. Look at him. He might just roast me on the podcast. Who knows? That might happen. He had a big beef with I believe it was Abba and Preach. He had a big beef with those people. That's just a whole mess up there. I have always believed Ludwig to be a spineless coward. That's just kind of how he operates. He doesn't want to poke the bear too deeply. He doesn't want to mess with the beehive. And that's understandable because he wants to make sure his money is safe. He's Ludwig. He's YouTube's golden boy. He is an uncontroversial figure that just makes fun gaming videos, but because he makes mogul mail, which some people have called MAGA mail, he often gets into scrutiny because he wants to talk about things to get views. He wants to talk about how the world is going and how things operate. He came back for the Mike Tyson fight, and after that he decided, you know what guys, I'm just going to start doing mogul mail again. I'm going to see how it does. And I think it's his third or second video now. And it is bad. It is going bad for him. It is insane. Ludwig has always been, to me, somebody that will never push the barrier. And I don't hate him for that. I think Ludwig is wildly entertaining. I think he's funny for the most part. I think he's a pretty okay gamer for the most part too. I think he enjoys his community, and I think that him and his girlfriend Cutie Cinderella are some of the best people to do streaming, and I think they're fun. However, because of the friend group they garnered with Hasanabe and people that are controversial and do often push the barrier and boundaries, they're often associated with those people and they don't want to criticize their friend. This happened before. This happened before when he didn't criticize his friend, where he cut out things like that. This happened with Miskiff, I believe, where you don't want to, scrutinize your friends too deeply. You got to understand one thing. You can edit anything you want in these videos. You can put whatever you want when you make a YouTube video. You can do and manipulate whoever you want to. That is the beauty of editing, the manipulation process. Editing is to cut out any mistakes you made, and is also to create a narrative that you want your audience to have. When you create that narrative, and that narrative is very deeply important to you, you yourself have to continue with that narrative, and you have to push that out to your audience, who will eat it up like slop. And people aren't going to be diehard Ludwig fans all the time when you just continually push out slop that is messing up the entire basis of everything, because we know what you're doing. It's not a hidden secret. It's not a well-kept secret. It's not something we don't know. We know what Ludwig is doing. We know that he cares about his friends. We know that he is pushing out this nonsense narrative of, yeah, I'm just not going to talk about it. You can't not talk about it all the time. Eventually, he's going to have to address all the stuff that's going on right now. Even if he doesn't want to, it's okay too. Moist Critical was called spineless and weird for his take for talking to Sneeko at one point, and he stopped streaming, and everybody was so sad that Moist Critical stopped streaming that they said, okay, we're sorry, we apologize, we'll please come back. And he came back, and nobody asked him about that anymore. He doesn't cover a lot of topics topically that are currently going on. He sticks to his word. That's somebody that sticks to their word. Ludwig is a coward. He is spineless, and that is okay. You don't have to be beaten down by the mobs over and over again. People will forget about this in a week because there will be another thing to grab your pitchforks for, because people love to hate. What people love doing, besides not watching full YouTube videos and only reading the title and commenting, is hating. When you post something that garners a lot of hate, you will get a bigger reaction. Because someone named Dogpack posted a video criticizing Mr. Beast and they said he worked for him, he's a psychopath, everybody garnered to it. Somebody released a video doing actual research and counterpointing that claim, and now nobody cares about it because it's not hate. I can't hate with this. This is too accepting. This is too easy to love and accept. Ludwig just does not want to bring the hate towards himself, so he just wants to cover the topic, but he's not doing it in an unbiased way. He is not an unbiased journalist. He himself is a very biased journalist. If you want unbiased takes, subscribe to me. Or don't. I'm not really forcing you to. I'm just saying that, well, what were you expecting? Really, what were you expecting? He's always been spineless.